last time on Mega Man Battle Network. We were going to town to get a present for Yai when suddenly the World 3 decided to fuck up the traffic lights and now several people are dead. So we gotta go in and fix this. So the traffic light dungeon is absolutely a movement-based dungeon. We have to get from one end to the other and switch from the blue lights to the red lights. And this dungeon actually has a bit of an enemy theme. Blue and red enemies. So basically fire and water. It's multi-elemental, which can be tough to deal with. So yeah, we've got water enemies here. This of course is the Volgear Blue. I think it's just Volgear 2, even though it's a different element. It's the sequel to Volgear 1, the fire one.
Volgear 2 required Blue.
So yeah, this part of the dungeon is pretty simple. It's very straightforward if you couldn't tell. And oh, now we've got red enemies. So this is Puffy and Volgear 1. The less good Volgear.
Oh, where are you going?
So let me just do this. And now I don't have to care about that bubble. Which is good, because it would have been in the way. But yeah, Quake 3 is real good, because it hits in a plus pattern around it. Alright, so here's the only part where we really have a puzzle. And I believe there's an item we can get over here. And one over there, which is tricky to get. Actually, wait, might not be as difficult as I remember, is it? Okay, yeah, no, it's not tricky at all. Remember that one being weird for some reason, but nah. So, now that the floor is red, we can press this button. And the light signal has turned color. You would figure they would make that easier to do, you know, in case of an emergency like this, but no. No, you gotta go through a whole network to do that.
Maybe Double 3 also made the net dungeon.
Damn you, World 3. You and your mechanics and engineers. Alright, so this lady here is selling parts that people don't need at an exorbitant price, so let's tell these people they don't have to, because we have corrected the traffic light. There's this old man gone. All of my savings, all of it. Oh, a random kid? Okay, whatever. That's fine.
We already fixed the signals, is the thing.
And this lady is great. I don't even have a driver's license!
But you still walk!
But she probably doesn't have a car, I would assume.
But if you walk into crosswalks, you could still get hit by a car.
Well, yeah, but the problem here is
oh, that's right. It's
this lady's selling
I thought it was
stuff.
I thought it was some weird thing that was just like, you know, within a field around you, cars would start working again.
Though, that begs the question, if cars are auto-driving, how much do you need a license for?
This one line has destroyed my suspension of disbelief.
Well, that's a weird and ominous thing to say.
Yeah, no shit.
Something feels real bad. I don't know, Lan. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll just make our way downtown.
Lan! Oh, I thought it was Mega Man calling us again.
Oh, it's Mail. Oh yeah, Mail's on a bus.
And if it goes below 55 miles per hour, it explodes!
It's reverse speed.
So if it goes over 55 miles per hour, it explodes?
Look, it'll explode eventually. Maybe it'll go too fast, maybe it'll go too slow. Who knows? It's a crazy day, but we've got to head off
Look,
that bus. So.
I'm a terrorist, and I only kind of half remember the plot to Speed.
Look, either it'll go too fast and hit a car, or I'll have to improv something. Either way, I've got this. Alright, so Color Dungeon Part 2, let's go. So, of course, boy, that's a little more complex this time. But hey, if you happen to have a map, this dungeon is kind of nothing. It is very much trial and error, which, if you have a tough time dealing with the enemies of this dungeon, trial and error, of course, complicates things. Oh, that's a bad enemy to be here. I would like that enemy dead very quickly. So, that enemy is, jelly. Just jelly. Looks like a mushroom, but it's a jellyfish. We will see what it can do later, but suffice to say, you want to remove it from play. It doesn't really do anything for a while, but that's because its attack is, not great to avoid. Now, the other problem, of course, with the random battles is not just the fact that if you screw up and go the wrong way, you have to deal with more of them, but also, man, it is really easy to get turned around between fights.
So anyways, once we started recording, I've realized something. I've done something since the last time we recorded commentary. I've watched all of Serial Experiments Lane.
Mm-hmm.
This game is freaking me the fuck out now. There goes the bus. Oh no!
Well, dang. Alright, where to now? Also, of course, this is why the bus stops label which block you're on, because otherwise, it's kinda hard to tell. Mail won't tell us this time, because this lady's calling us first. Rude. I need to know where to go to stop a bus. Oh, this is great. It makes the gas go backwards.
What? No, I mean, what? Explain that. What are you talking about?
I don't know! I guess, like, maybe it ignites and then goes backwards back into the fuel tank, but...
Like the fire travels, maybe.
Yeah, like, that's what I figure must be the case, but god, that is not a good way to word that. We're gonna make the gas go backwards, and it'll just fuck up the bus real bad. Steven, did you put the gas in backwards? If you did, we'll all be killed.
I mean, I imagine it's not great for gas to enter the gas tank through any way besides the nozzle, but... I don't know, it's so weird.
Yeah, so translation in this game wasn't exactly the best. That line is great, though. Just... You fool, I've got a plan. If the gas goes backwards, she'll fucking die.
Also, that lady looks like she'd be voiced by Rachel Lewis.
Oh, hey, look at that. So, the red enemy, or, Matul, rather, is, a bit different. Red is Matul 2, blue is Matul 3, and as you can see, that one moves real fast.
So this is to go even further beyond?
Indeed. I forget if I ever actually mentioned it, but if you've been paying attention to the encounters, you'll have noticed that, any Matul past the first version, only one Matul will attack at a time for any version. However, if Matuls 2 or 3 aren't attacking, they hide under their helmets, making them invincible. Just like the old classic Matuls. That, of course, makes them a little more difficult to take out. Of course, there is one good thing, and that's the fact that, if you can somehow defeat all of the Matuls at once at the start of the fight, by default, all my tools are at least out from under their helmets at the start, so if you can somehow get them all, you're good. But anyway,
I forgot.
these guys,
I forgot what they looked like.
yeah, these are flappies, and they look even better when they're sped up. Of course, we've got the Quake 3 chip, which is actually the V3 version of these enemies, but these guys are also fairly dangerous. In fact, this version of the enemy has the plus pattern that we have on Quake 3. If I remember correctly, Quake 2 only goes to the sides, I want to say? And of course it does less damage, and also, was that a Q code? I think it was a Q code. Which is not great to use. Also, we are a ways from the button. So, yeah, fun fact, I kept having to re-record small bits of this because I would accidentally hold the run button when that dialogue happened because I wasn't expecting it. So that's great. Here are Aqua Swords. Or, no, I think they're actually, oh shoot. I think these are Swordy 3? Swordy 3, yeah. They are pretty much the other sword enemies, but they're weak to electricity. Otherwise, they work the same. They'll try to slash at you, and eventually they'll start using area grab chips.
Oh wow, this did not go well for you.
It could be worse. As long as they don't do it a second time, we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, though, they can do it a second time. If that happens, you are going to want to stay on either the top or bottom, because otherwise they can just wide sword you. But if you attract their attention like that, they'll miss. If you stay in the middle, though, yeah, they will absolutely wide sword you, and there'll be nothing you can do to stop it. I feel like they can use area grab again, and if that happens, you'll just be stuck on the square that you're standing on before it activates. And also you take a small amount of damage, like I think 10 HP. Alright, male for male.
What to do?
What to do? I do like how the message is like fairly well done. The title was done in a panic, but the rest of the mail, she's like, okay, I'm gonna die soon, but like, I should at least be understandable. I get scared downtown. Alright, and here we go again. No Mr. Prog to introduce us, as has been the case the past few times, of course, but, you know, just felt like I should draw attention to it. You only get the Mr. Prog at the beginning. After that, no, nothing. We don't have Mr. Progs around here to comfort us.
It's only evil, Mr. Progs.
It's a lot like Silent Hill 4, The Room. You know, you get used to the comfort of that room and the safety it brings, and then partway through, fuck you, no more. It's a bad room now.
One of the good parts of Silent Hill 4.
Alright, so, I've got X Panel 3 here, which I'm going to need, because we've got 2 jellies. So we'll see what those guys do in a sec. Let's also slap a mine down. One of you guys is about to die. And it's the blue jelly. Eventually. Alright, so you're gonna attack soon, right? Come on. There we go. Okay, so you didn't get to see it for long, but notice how the tidal wave it sent out just took up the whole dang column. He was on the bottom box, and he still managed to have, like, a full column-wide attack. So yeah, you really don't want those guys attacking you. Invis chips are good for them. Those allow you to pass through their attacks. Of course, the problem is, this point in the game was pretty much the worst in terms of my chip synergy, so if I get a Invis chip, it's probably not going to be paired with anything else.
Why is it slowing down at every light? What sense does that make?
It's just the crosswalk barrier slows it down automatically for some reason. I don't know why it gets all electrified. None of that seems safe for the passengers? And for some reason at the center of town, there are multiple lights to stop, so it doesn't really make a big deal. It's just you have to be at the red light partway through the dungeon. It doesn't really change much. Like, in order to get through here, it would have had to have been red anyway, so doesn't change much other than the fact that we have to stop here, do this. Also, that bus did not look far away when we passed by it.
Yeah.
This is all happening in slow motion. Well, this looks normal, but it's actually super fast is the thing. Mega Man's really booking it.
If they weren't communicating, this would be easier to accept.
Mm-hmm. 2 more to go.
It's like, yeah, electricity can move really fast. I can believe that, but the fact that they're talking messes with it. I mean, you've effectively stopped it, right?
No, we've got to trap the bus.
It'll be out in the middle of the road, but like, it's red lights all around, so no one's gonna hit it either.
It's going super slow by this point.
Here I go.
Gonna escape.
Wait, really? We actually have to trap the bus? I thought you were making a joke.
I don't know why the light back there mattered if this one's stopping it. Oh no, the backwards gas! Oh no, this is improv speed! There was supposed to be a bus-shattering kaboom. So yeah, we finally get her name. It's Miss Mad. Oh, and it turns out Roll stopped the bus from exploding. But otherwise, she cannot stand up to the might that is ColorMan, with the power of colors. Alright, let's go and jack into this bus. And I love this because once we enter, there's just a fucking bus-shaped block in the middle of this dungeon. Oh no, he's bouncing! Oh, I'm bouncing! Can't stop me! Quit doing that. Quit it. That looks mildly annoying.
I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you.
Alright, Mega Man. I'm gonna trap you in my house of traffic lights. Alright, so, ColorMan. Hey, we could have Roll's help right from the start. Isn't that nice? But like I said, chip synergy sucks ass, which isn't great for this battle, but whatever. So, these sentries move back and forth, and will shoot fire and water at you. These work like the Volgear enemies, so they home in on you slightly. ColorMan will always hang out in the back there, so unless I get area grab, that longsword's not going to be useful. Get him, Roll. Now who's mildly annoyed?
So is Roll's availability here a fluke, or is it a story thing?
I mean, Mega Chips always work no matter what. Like, Fireman's not been in the story for a while, but we can summon here.
No, what I meant was
We
her
can summon
being
him.
at the top of your deck.
That's probably a fluke. Would be neat if that happened automatically, though. Also, yeah, ColorMan will send out his ball to just sort of chase after you a little bit. And man, that's not a good position, but hey, ColorMan, fuck you! Put that in his court, and unless the blue sentry fires, there's nothing he can do to stop me. And I meant the blue sentry has to fire from the top.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Anubis. You really won the day there.
See my sprite? I'm not blushing at all.
And that will be their dynamic for the rest of the series.
God. Yo, he knows, he's just not admitting to it.
I'm not tense, I'm just fine. Oh, come on, it was only a little fucky-wucky. Should've worked. Also, I don't know why Wily's stuttering here. Maybe Count Zap is just real staticky, is that it? Is that the takeaway?
I think he was stuttering because Matt was trying to seduce him. Nope. Still stuttering, so never mind. I thought he was flustered.